Listen, man, we are live and direct right now from Power 214 Radio in Dallas, Texas. You already know the vibes, baby. Hey, man, listen, we always promise to have super dope, super special guests on this show, y'all. We doing it for all the artists out there, doing it on their own, getting it out the mud. So I'm definitely excited to have another super dope guest on today. Prophet, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me on. It's been a
What's
blessing.
going on?
Nothing much, Miss Lady. I'm on the grind, man. I literally just got done doing a real estate class. Now I'm on here with y'all. I'm ready. Just keep it rolling.
Let me find out real estate. Let me see if I need to get a house. Where you at? Where you from?
Hey, I try to hook you up best I can.
Okay, I'm with it. So tell us, Prophet, for the people listening in that may not be familiar with you and your brand, tell us what city you repping today.
From Louisville, Kentucky. I'm saying the
Louisville.
502.
Okay, shout out the whole 502. It's a vibe. It's a lit. I love that. I never been, but I've interviewed so many artists from there, so I feel like I need to pull up on y'all.
Oh yeah, you should. You will love it up here. You know what I'm saying? The city got a whole vibe to it.
Okay. All right, cool. So for those that's listening in, tell us a little bit, Prophet, about how you got to where you are. How was it for you growing up in Louisville?
Um, as far as how I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up going through the main struggles that most black men go through, you know what I'm saying? Like single parent household, you know what I'm saying, coming from a domestic violence situation. But I was always driven. Like getting a job was never in my conversation, you know what I'm saying? I was always just had an entrepreneurial mindset. But I used to write poetry and stuff a lot. But getting me to where I'm at today, it was actually I consider it divine intervention. You know, that's one of the reasons why my rap name is Prophet. But um, I was going there with football and literally like doing everything I could to try to make it. You know, I was a three-sport athlete. You know, I broke records down here in my city. Ended up having to transfer schools because my grandmother helped raise me, and she fell, broke her back, so I came back home to another college to take care of her. She ended up passing away my junior season,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry to hear that.
no, it's all good.
Mhm.
She was my motivation because 2 weeks before she died, I made a promise to her that I was going to be successful. I didn't care what happened to me or anything. I was going to keep grinding. She ended up passing away, and it just hit me real hard, and I got real depressed and suicidal and everything. It dropped out, but I got myself back together and just kept grinding and kept grinding. I'm going to tryouts, scouting combines, and training 6 days a week, 3 times a day, working a full-time job. Like I lit off Girl Scout cookies for 6 months, man. Like grinding. Like I was literally just sacrificing for my dream. And my last year happened in 2017. I left my job, went to Miami to go play ball. Things didn't work out down there. Tried to come back. My car wasn't working, and I ain't had my job no more. So I'm just stuck, still trying to get it. I ended up getting a concussion. It was after the arena ball season. And when I woke up the next day, I literally was hearing a voice in my head saying, "You need to write, you need to write." And I knew it was God, so I just listened. So I went and got one of them big, thick, 5 divided page notebooks, you know what I'm saying? I just got the writing. I woke up and I could spit, literally. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just started making music out of nowhere. And I started off doing it as like therapy for myself. But I was letting people listen to me, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, yo, like, this ain't supposed to just be sitting in your notebook. You're supposed to be doing something with it. So I fought for like 2 years going back and forth with it because I didn't even want to get involved in the music industry. But I was praying for my purpose. I felt like football was taken from me against my will, and this was given to me. So, you know, I always thought, you know, if God's calling you to do something, you always know that it's literally the thing that he's calling you to do when you don't want to do it, but you're naturally good at it. So I was like, yes. So I just submitted, and I was like, all right, Lord, show me what you need me to do. You know, next thing you know, bing, 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 moves just start coming in. My homies calling me out of nowhere, hitting me up with connections and studios. Next thing you know, Lil Boosie's tour manager's calling me, wanting me to go on tour with him because I went on and got hooked up with this dude named Carlos Brown. I went on his show and I got hooked up with him. He's actually he used to promote for Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I go on his show, go on that show out and kill it, because he's trying to start a record label right now, whatever. So I do my thing on there. You know, next thing I know, Lil Boosie's tour manager just FaceTiming me like, "Yo, we want you to come on tour with Boosie. We seen you on the show, yada yada." And then like I ended up getting on national television on OVW, so Ohio Valley Wrestling. Like my homeboy's the heavyweight champ. He called me like, "Hey man, write a song for me, and I'll get you in to be able to perform and be part of the show." So now I'm performing in front of all these thousands of people, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody ever even heard of me, you know, but the crowd going crazy. I'm going through the smoke, you know what I'm saying? Got the lights going, and it was surreal. It was my first time really being in a big stage like that since I've been on the football field, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And it was, and I ain't looked back since. Like I said, it gave me a high that I can't replace.
Wow.
You know, I just been going. So now just, you know, constantly just working. I went from that one big thick divided notebook. Now I done got 3 of them. You know, I got a lot of stuff in the vault for the people, man. Wow. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been a blessing. I just been going where God want me to go at.
That's such a powerful story, such a powerful journey. And I think that I gotta say, I think it's just dope that you share your journey in the way that you do, because it's powerful, and everything that you went through, and then, you know, the things that you had to kind of go through that you thought was going to be for you, and then it went another way. You know, that's a really powerful story. But to hear you still doing your thing and still applying pressure and putting all that energy into something dope, in my opinion, is really, really good. So I heard you, and rest in peace to your grandmother. You know, I know that had to be hard. So, you know, I heard you talk a lot about things that came to you at certain points. And it kind of, you know, a lot of us, at least I know I can speak for myself, I'm trying to be on my spirituality journey a little bit more tighter, right? So I heard you speak on some things. So, you know, I got to come back to that. Are you a person that kind of believes in like manifestation and things of that sort? Like, tell us a little, because your name is Prophet, so we're going to have to go ahead and get into it. How you feel about that?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Christ said it in the word, you feel me? Like, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And he said, as a man thinketh, so is he. But people always take scripture surface level. You got to understand what he's talking about, you feel me? He's talking about the law of attraction right there, the law of hypnotic rhythm. You know, manifestation through being on a higher vibration and a higher plane. So, you feel me? Once you get on the right level of vibration and the right level of frequency, then higher frequency opportunities and people come into your life. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can sit here and do affirmations all day and night. You know, I want to be successful. I want to have this type of relationship. I want to be blessed with this type of career. I want to impact the world in this way. You can say that all night. But at the end of the day, the Most High is not going to give you the blessing that you're not ready for, because you're just going to mess it up. So when you're ready, he going to give it to you. But just like he did me, once you submit and you start trying, he's going to start giving you glimpses of where you're going. You know what I'm saying? And he even did that with me for football. Like my friends is in the league. And like, I used to hoop with John Wall all the time. Like, I'm going to my coach's crib and they got mansions, you know what I'm saying? And he gave me glimpses of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so even right now with music, once I decided to submit, you know, break away from my vices, because you know we all struggle with human, you feel me? So like, I had to overcome dealing with you know, my own personal things like addictions, like, you know, smoking and drinking, things of that nature, trying to pretty much use an escapism instead of dealing with my pain like a man. But once I decided to face it, put everything down, focus, grind, you know what I'm saying? Everything started coming to me the way it was meant to. So, you know, you gotta focus on what you want to get to, have a plan laid out, take step by step action every single day, then speak on it, then have the faith that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is going to give it to you. and you just got to watch it happen.
Okay, talk to him, Prophet. Listen, Prophet's on a whole new wavelength with it. If y'all ain't hip, I don't know what to tell you. He dropping all kind of gems on you right now. Listen, I got asked, Prophet, because every time we get a dope little guest, the ladies be wondering, okay, your situation. So sometimes I gotta ask that question because they be like, Duffy, who was that? He sounded so good on the phone. So what's your situation? So if you got a situation, let me know because I'm gonna stop now because I don't want Shorty slide up in my DMs like Neffy.
Nah, you know, I'm messing with somebody, but you know, I'm grinding, man. You know.
Okay. Respect the shorty. So I ain't even gonna ask. Ladies, don't ask me. Yes, he is mature, but he messing with somebody right now. So let's move on. So on to the next question. Piggybacking off of the whole relationship, situationship conversation, I want to talk about some stuff that's going on in the culture. We all know Jada, Will, and August Alsina are currently making headlines. It is a weird time because we're all kind of we're trying to focus on the important stuff. But, you know, these little distractions sometimes are fun to get involved in. Just don't stay distracted. But how do you feel? I love getting the guy's perspective because me and my homegirls, we've been talking about this for about 48 hours at this point. So I need the guy's perspective. How do you feel about that whole situation with Will, Jada, and August?
I mean, being all the way 100, you know what I'm saying? Like, first off, it ain't my position to speak on the next man's relationship. But, you know, just be throwing all the way out there. Like, all I can say is to speak on, you know, me and mine. If it was me, like, I'm way too alpha for all that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's, look, I'm going to love you. You're going to love me. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. And that's what it's going to be. If you ain't with the program, you can kick rocks. It's 7, I don't know, it's 5 billion females in the world, but it's only one of me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know what I bring to the table. So, you know, piggybacking off of their situation, they've been together for a long time. You know, they've been through the ups and the downs. I got my own personal opinion about everything with all of that, but, you know what I'm saying? They got separated. She did her thug, that's what he did his. Whether he did something or not, you know, they got separated. That come with it. You know, like, you know, you don't even got to be married for your spouse to be unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the fact that you married and separated, I guess that's nothing. If you with somebody, you're supposed to be with them. So you want to try to do the best you can. But that's what they felt like they needed to do to fix their separation. I mean, to fix their situation. So that's what they did. And when she that's the thing. Like I'm focused. I'm focused on me. So, like, if I'm with somebody and things ain't going right, I'm gonna be like, look, yo, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get myself together. I ain't gonna be worried about busting the next chick down because, you know, I'm different anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to go out here and make a whole bunch of soul ties and all that. No. But, you know, somebody else coming into the situation, you just gonna use them anyway. Cause it's like, you gotta think about it. I'm hurt from dealing with this chick. So right now I'm trying to get my mind together, get out. You know, I don't get out my little feelings. You feel me? And I'm trying to get focused on my grind, go into my purpose. You come in my life, you end up really liking me, but I got an emotional wall up. So you feel me? You gonna make me feel better. And once I'm healed, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to kick rocks because at the end of the day, it's like you can never love that person the way that you could love the one you was healing over. Because they literally was just a rebound. Exactly. So, like, you feel me? So, yeah, you know, but I mean, they did what they did, man. They grown. And I mean, I be seeing the memes. I don't be on social media like that, but like, I be seeing the memes and all that, people talking about Will Smith and all this, that, and the third. You can see the pain in his face, you feel me? And I know that pain. I know that look. You know what I'm saying? When you try to hold your tears, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he was looking a little red in the eyes.
Yep, you're right. Yep. Nah. So, you know, you gotta.
For me, at the end of it, I'm glad that they made it. I'm glad that they are together. And it's crazy because to them, it's old. Like Jada said, this is like 4 years ago. And I hate that we're past it and we're trying to live happy. And I got to deal with this. So I'm happy that they made it, because Will and Jada for our community is, I mean, it don't get no better than besides Barack and Michelle, it don't really get much better than Will and Jada. As far as some of the couples that we've seen be successful in Hollywood for such a long time. So I just thought it was funny though. This conversation has been hilarious, seeing all the different people unfollowing each other over this. It's really happy.
Oh,
I need y'all to focus. This BLM movement right now. We need to focus.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, man. Like, people get so easily distracted. Like, I be calling them bots all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, all they got to do is just put up one little, like I went out to the protest the first night, and down here in my city when because you know here in my city is where Breonna Taylor got killed at. You feel me?
Oh, rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Yes, that is peace, accurate. Okay.
So you feel me? I went out there the first night to the protest and stuff, and they got the shooting at us with rubber bullet. I got hit with some daggone little tear gas bullets and all that. And
wow.
They was flipping tables, setting stuff on fire. They putting up barricades. Police was charging at us. Like, it was like some Grand Theft Auto stuff, man. It was crazy. It was surreal. But then, like, the next day, you know what I'm saying, I saw what it really was. And then I got upset at myself for even going. Because, like, I read, you feel me? So, like, there's people coming in town literally by busloads going from city to city just to tear up stuff. They're not supporting the movement at all. And then, like, I'm like, okay, so this was kind of playing low key, these riots, because I'm putting the pieces to the puzzle together. You know, I'm like, I'm beyond woke. Like, I've been unplugged from the Matrix a minute ago. That's why my name's Prophet. It ain't Prophet for no reason. You feel me? So you know, but I'm just looking at how everything's unfolding. You know, they separating everybody with this quarantine, and I'm looking at how this whole virus is going down. I'm reading up on it. Now I'm seeing these riots, and I see how they keep on agitating this narrative. You know what I'm saying? And to me personally, you know, I'm a Bible man, so I always correlate prophecy with what's going on in the real world. So, you know, I see race war going on, because, you know, our people's waking up. Like, did you see the post where everybody was the Huey P. Newton Gun Club? All them brothers, man, went out there, got the big straps, and they went straight to the Stone Mountain where the KKK was formed at.
Big energy. I did see that.
Yeah. Did you hear what they said, though?
They wanted them to meet them up there, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm talking about, I seen the whole video.
Oh, wow.
And this is why I was talking about it's just prophecy coming true, and this is why people need to wake up. They can feel any kind of way they feel about the word. Like, I ain't Christian, man. Like, I'm spiritual. I follow the Most High Christ. It's different. But, like, first thing that man said, he said, our brothers and sisters is finally waking up. And he was like, we are Israel. We've been enslaved for 400 years. This is prophecy. Everything is coming true. We the ones that's in that book. We getting tired of them killing us. We're getting tired of them raping us. We ain't talking to the banks no more, because he went in and started talking about it. This is all just prophecy or food. So it's like, I know it. Mm-hmm. So all I do is sit back and watch the show. You know what I'm saying? I try not to get emotionally involved left and right. And then even with the Black Lives Matter movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down for how can I word it? I'm down for the cause, but I ain't down for the agenda, you feel me? Because you look at, when you go to the Black Lives Matter website, when you look at who they donating their money to, you know what I'm saying? They donating it to Act Blue. Act Blue is the Democratic Party's funding system. Wow. And when you look at, so that means everything that y'all buying that says Black Lives Matter is going straight to the Democratic Party's funding system. And the Democratic Party funding system are the same ones who are supporting the child molesters and things of that nature. So it's like, y'all got to read. You know, I don't even know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dropping the gems. It's crazy because a lot of that is actually believable. I mean, for me, I feel like Black Lives Matter started with the right intent. And, you know, they have the Black women, they show the Black women that actually started the movement. The intent was good. And it's good that it caught steam. It caught a lot of steam. It is literally the new civil rights era right now. It's part two. But I think what happened is, like you said, it got infiltrated. And now, in a way, Black Lives Matter is a powerful movement, but is it ours anymore? That's the question.
That's the whole thing. Like, look at who started it, though. It started and funded by George Soros. If you know who he is, you're going to be asking yourself, what is this really for? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So he funded it, but didn't start the hashtag, right? Because I think this says like three Black women that started that whole hashtag thing going or whatever.
It was three Black women and a brother. And that actually started when Obama was still in his last term or whatever. They was getting everything going. Like I'm one of them people where it's like I ain't gonna sit here like if me and you were sitting here talking about a specific scripture, I'm not gonna sit here and just tell you. I'm gonna pull out the actual Bible and let you read it for yourself. So that's why I'm saying certain topics like this, it's like I've seen stuff to where I can sit here and tell you, but people are gonna be like, oh, he's speculating. You feel me? Like he's not. I'm like, let me show you, bro. Like you can go Google this, fact check. You know what I'm saying? But like, it started with those three women and this one brother. They had an agenda, and their agenda got served, and they got us to where it's that they was trying to get it more, say, going under Obama, but now it's Trump in the office, but it's the same motive got served.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what's next for us as a culture. But I think that either way, it's being pushed forward because we live in such an era of technology. Everything's exposed. If you got eyes, you can see. Granted, what you think you see, you might play tricks with your own mind. Some people play tricks with their mind and act like they're not seeing what they're seeing, but it's there.
I actually said that in one of my songs. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to show the truth to somebody who don't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm sitting here showing you because you refusing to believe what you see in front of your face. What's that called? Cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? You getting aggressive and you just refusing to believe what you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? Just going outside your realm of belief.
Yes, AKA snapping. It's like, no, I never snapped. I never snapped. I just play it. Okay, so cool. To piggyback off of that point you just made, you know, it seems like more artists are trying to put out more content in their music, at least right now. Do you think artists should do that more, especially in hip hop, R&B, in our culture? Do you think artists should put out more socially conscious music, or you think that it's not really a responsibility per se? How do you feel about that?
Well, when it comes to what artists are putting out, you know what I'm saying? They got the choice to pick a side, whether they're going to put out, you know what I'm saying, club bangers, music that's got a meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Music is telling a story. They got the choice. You know, a lot of times they just choose to put out what's going to sell a record. But you got to understand that music is the one thing that can touch you, but you can't physically touch it. So you have a responsibility to understand that whatever you putting out there is going to affect the hearts and spirits and minds of everybody that's a fan of you. Like, that's why you heard my new track I just put out, You Ain't Living Their Life. So a lot of people that's out here talking a bunch of, you know, tough guy talk that go home and kick their feet up on the couch. You know what I'm saying? They was never even out here. So, you know, me personally, you know, I grew up on lyricism, you feel me? I'm listening to Jadakiss and, you know what I'm saying, some Pac and, you know, Biggie. I love the New York rappers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm listening to cats like these, they telling stories, you know, Nas, they got meaning, but what they saying. So I'm like, it's possible to put out music on a cold beat and you spitting, and at the same time you enlightening the minds of people. The whole thing is you just got to get that to the right audience. So it's like if you got the platform and you know some things, why not use it to enlighten the minds of the people? You know what I'm saying? If you yeah, and then at the same time, we all know how things are. So people are only gonna say so much. So at the same time, so say what you feel like you allowed to say. Say what you comfortable saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just sit here and let the people like you see shout out Lil Baby. You see he just made a little song.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's talking about this drama going on. He's using this platform. And at the same time, he'll make a club banger. He'll, use your platform. Like, talk to the people. We are the new church. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to no building. A lot of people is waking up and now anyway. So they gonna look at the entertainers as the new age pastors. So they listening to you. So use your platform. You feel me? Like the beat is what catches everybody's attention anyway. If you got a beat to slap, get on there and spit the truth then. So they're going to be like, yeah, this is hard. And at the same time, you opening their minds.
Mm-hmm. They don't even know what they rapping back, but they got the message.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I think that's the perfect segue. I want to talk about this new record that we're going to be spinning up here, showing mad love at Power 214. You touched a little bit on what I think the song is about. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the song is called You Ain't Living That Life. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I heard you kind of get into that a little bit earlier with, people doing things and not really in it. So tell us how that song concept came about for you.
Not to really be calling nobody out or nothing, but I just kept hearing stories and stories of people, getting G-checked when they pull up to other people's cities because they keep talking like they killers and gangsters. And then they pull up to the city and you got 20 bodyguards with you and now you scary. And you claim we find out you ain't even from the streets or something. People talking about they doing all these drugs, this, that, and the third. Ain't never sipped a daggone ounce of New Amsterdam. Not even the cheap liquor, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you steady putting all of this out. And you got these kids out here thinking it's cool to carry guns, not knowing, we strapped up to protect ourselves. You got these kids thinking it's cool to kill people and do all that tough guy talking and do all that, thinking it's cool to sell drugs, not knowing people was really selling drugs because they had no choice. And they was trying to do it to get out of the hood and make something of themselves. So, you know what I'm saying, it's poisonous. But, just like the whole toting the gun thing, like my city, you know what I'm saying, we number 7 in the murder rate in the nation. Mm. Like everything that I said in my song is true. Like this past summer, these was kids, man. This was on the news. These was like teenagers. Literally was just going around doing drive-bys, spraying just to see who get hit.
Wow.
They think that stuff's cool. You know what I'm saying? And like I said it in my song, like, my own cousin pulled a gun on me. That was my first time ever looking down the barrel of a pistol. And this is my cousin. That cousin you grow up with from day one. Mm-hmm. That was mine, and it really hurt me. But that traumatized me. So ever since then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the crazy part is, it was a cat that was with us. Not to speak on too much, but it was a cat that was with us that's pretty much on death row right now. Mm-hmm. And he's the one that actually saved me. Like, all praise to the Most High. He grabbed a pistol out of his hand and took it from me. And now this cat's on death row. But that traumatized me, so I told myself I'm never going to be in a situation again. I don't be doing nothing for that to be happening to me, no way. But I wasn't doing nothing that night. It was celebrating a birthday. You never know. Mm-hmm. But so now I don't care where I go to. I go to work. It don't matter where I'm at. I'm strapped. And that's because I'm traumatized. But see, people really have been through some stuff. Like my brothers Like you gonna see in my music videos. You never gonna see my brothers in my music videos because they face can't get caught on camera because they really was out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they really pull up to my house. I'm getting off of work, blowing my phone up like, "Hey man, can I come over, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? Cuz pull up. He's shaking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Yeah, man, I just had a shootout, bro." Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, my peoples is really. I always say like this, like I wasn't in the streets, but I was on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Like I was literally right there where I could have got hit by a car, but I wasn't out in the street playing. Mm-hmm. So like, my homies was respectful enough for me because they was always like, you know, you got a future, you got a career, you know, you trying to go to the NFL, we're not gonna let you do this. So, but that's beside the point. My point being, I'm really surrounded by people who was really living that life. They was really out here, really outfit. Like everything I said in my track was true. Like at my barbershop, you know what I'm saying? Pull the hose all through the windows because somebody came through spraying up the shop.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The police came, raided the shop. You know what I'm saying? Like I still go there to get my cut. I just went there 2 days ago. You see, I got the fade.
You clean. I need to get my cleaned up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Real.
Yeah.
But yeah. You gotta excuse my baby. He won't get in the camera.
He is cute. Y'all, I know y'all probably can't see yet because y'all ain't see the video yet. But you know, it's a big puppy in the camera right now. But he's cute.
I love pit bulls. That's something my family mess with, is dogs.
Yes.
Pit bulls and motorcycles.
He's pretty though.
Thank you. But nah, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of just putting this song out to really spread the message of really just be who you are and embrace who you are. Stop acting like somebody you're not just because you want to portray an image. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody here in my city know me. It's like they know I'm not about to go around here trying to bully nobody. I ain't out here trying to, you know, I ain't on no hot boy stuff. I ain't robbing nobody. All I be doing is hustling, and I give respect, man. But I'm surrounded by the realest ones. Cause I am, you know, real recognized real. You know, you the vibe attracts your tribe. These people has been my brothers since day one. But at the same time, people know not to mess with. Mm-hmm. So just be who you are. You know, if you a nerd, like I ain't gonna stunt. Like I love Dragon Ball Z. That's my stuff. I loved it since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. If people like anime, if you like looking up, if you like researching about the cartel, you like looking up things about the justice system. You know, you like reading about how to make money and financial freedom, whatever you like. You know, BMX, biking, skateboarding, or if you really are a street dude, be who you are and embrace it. But don't keep trying to portray an image just because you want the world to see you a certain way. Because somebody gonna come in and really like G-check you and pull your card, and then you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to show what you own.
You're going to have to be cleaning it up like Jada at Red Table Talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sitting there talking about some entanglements. You know
right. You're going to be trying to figure out how to clean it up. But no, that's so true. And in the industry, it's such a big thing. I mean, at this point, certain rappers, it's like a young rapper that they like right now to be wearing the glasses, like the eyeglasses. He admitted in an interview that he literally does not live anything he raps about, and he's still selling and he's still touring. And I'm like, at this point, it's gotten that bad in the industry. But I think the real ones know, and the real ones see what's going on. But some of them are slipping through that don't even care that they not being authentic. So you know, it's interesting. It's really interesting. But with that said, the song definitely relatable. I mean, street guys, hustlers, bosses, whatever. If you're doing your thing and you got your own freedom, and that's powerful. Freedom to think how you want, do what you want, how you want, and not care what nobody else says about it. That's your true power. So, you know, just to piggyback on that, I agree. Like, you just got to do you, no matter what that is. And I think that the artists that have the longevity in the game, the ones that's around for 10, 15, 20, you know, 30 years, they get that part. And I think that's
true.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Okay, so I like that. So we're going to play this record for the people in just a few minutes, the You Ain't Living That Life record. But before we do that, Prophet, I want to first thank you for being such a dope guest today on the Vibe Session. The vibes was lit.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me. It's been a blessing for real.